Guys, YouTube's N'Golo Kante, Mr. Sauce on Spill, the most knowledgeable YouTuber you guys know, the only one you learn a thing from. I don't need to shout and rave for you lot to listen to me. Save that for them other chumps. Anyways, let's get into it. Ruud van Nistelrooy. Now, I'm not here to talk about what he did at United and how much of a legend he was. I mean, he weren't no Henry. I had to do it, guys. But he was a serious player. 5 seasons, 150 goals in 219, 220 appearances. Lethal. I think he's the second, well, at the time of looking at this, he was the second, I think behind Wayne Rooney, he's second in terms of scoring on the European stage for Manchester United. So we knew what they're getting. I mean, Fergie waited a year to get him. For those who don't know, when he was meant to actually move to United, an injury to his knee or cartilage or something ruined it, and he waited a year. And can you say Fergie wasn't backed up for waiting a year? He was amazing, man. Like 05-06, I believe he got 21 goals and he was just behind Henry. Now that season is of particular interest. We know towards the end of his career, him and Fergie had several disagreements ranging from anything. For those of you, I remember specifically 06 because the World Cup was that year and he joined Madrid. But we remember, those of you who remember, he was left out of the League Cup final against Wigan, to which he never came on, I believe, and he actually swore at Fergie. That's in his book. There was a period where he was left out the side for six league games, and then he came back to bag against Hammers and Bolton, I believe, and then he was dropped against Charlton on the final day of the season. I think he even left the stadium 3 hours later when that happened. I think Fergie even said that in one of his books. So yeah, there's been a lot, but the one I wanted to bring of particular interest, and it kind of makes sense, because if I put myself back to 06 going into secondary school, I was thinking, why are these lot fighting? What's wrong with them? Why is he joining Manchester? Why is he joining Real Madrid from Manchester United? Fergie was playing coy, Ruud van Nistelrooy was playing coy. Obviously, I was too young and somewhat naive to understand what was going on, and it's only looking back that it makes sense. There's now, I think it's Alistair, well, Fergie's already talked about this, but Alistair Campbell, former Labour Donny, has come out and said that the real reasons behind Ruud van Nistelrooy leaving. Allegedly, there was a bus stop between Ronaldo, Cristiano, and Ruud van Nistelrooy in training. Ronaldo, this is the times Ronaldo used to hold on to the ball too long. All these connotations Ronaldo used to have with him. Apparently, Van Nistelrooy was frustrated by that, and he either said something along the lines of, "You've got a new dad in Kyrros, go cry to your daddy in Kyrros." Now, that might not sound too offensive, but at the time, only a few months or so before, you already know Cristiano Ronaldo's dad lost his battle with alcoholism, dependency. So it was a very insensitive mark. Ruud van Nistelrooy apologized allegedly, but by then the dust is already settled. It's important to point out, I'm pretty sure at some period, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, Ruud van Nistelrooy and Ronaldo were actually at Madrid together. But yeah, you don't want to see comments like that. That's just disgusting. That is really disgusting. That's below the belt. I know Dutch players are very outspoken. You look at Van Persie, he's not a player, but Van Gaal was very outspoken. Cruyff was very outspoken. They're very outspoken, but there needs to be a fine line. Although he said sorry, I mean, you've got to control your temper. I mean, that's just real dirty, disrespectful, and below the belt, to be honest with you. I mean, Ruud van Nistelrooy was a diver, so can I expect this anything less? I had to take a shot, guys. Come on, man, United fans, you guys give it to me all the time. But yeah, it is very upsetting if it is true. Of course, people say things when they're angry. It is a disgusting comment, and you have to say Fergie was backed up in selling him. Allegedly, even then, Fergie took some time to deliberate and decide what he wanted to do with him. So it makes sense, and it is a tragic way to end for one of United's most decorated players, to be honest with you. Even if we look at what his agent said, allegedly his agent was also saying stuff like, I think it was 05 or the season before this all happened, that he actually began the process of asking to leave because he felt United couldn't win the Champions League with young players like Ronaldo and Rooney. I mean, if he just waited a couple of years, he would have won. Well, did I say World Cup? He would have won the Champions League. He would have won the Champions League. If I said World Cup, apologies, guys. I'm actually thinking of the World Cup for some reason. But yeah, there's not much more to say. I don't even know why I made a vid. I mean, it's just, if he really said them comments, then that is disgusting, and I'm surprised Ronaldo didn't punch him in his throat for that, because that's the next thing, really. But I think I know why I brought this vid, because this is always something that's pondered on me. Like, why did Van Nistelrooy and Fergie move in? Like, why did they depart in the way it happened? Now he still loves United. He still holds up Fergie. Fergie does the same, and these things happen in football ultimately. But it is a disgusting way, a tragic way to end his United career, to be honest with you. Only both of them, in Fergie, and Van Nistelrooy know as to why he wanted to leave. Only Ferguson, Ronaldo, and Ruud van Nistelrooy know exactly what was said, if things are forgotten about, if things are under the carpet or whatever. But yeah, it's in the past. We move on. Get in the comments, subscribe, like the video, give me some suggestions. Get in the comments with your Q&A questions, because you know we stay doing that stuff. Deluded Gooner, I'm signing out, guys. Thank you for watching. It means a lot. Get in the comments.